We're going to talk about the online masters here at UMass at our College of Computer and Information Sciences. I'm Elizabeth Peralski. I'm the academic advisor for all of our master students. I'll be the academic advisor for our online master students, our in-person students. And I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you about this brand new program that we're rolling out. I do want to encourage everyone to use the Q&A. If you've got questions, we'll get to them probably a little bit towards the end or so. But I'm here to answer all of those. If you think of something, shoot it in there and we'll get to you. I also want to admit this is my first webinar, so I'm appreciate your patience and your understanding as we make this work. But I am thrilled to be here today to talk to you about everything that we have in this brandy new and exciting online masters. This is me, Elizabeth Peralski, and we're here to talk about the academic program, our admissions, the student experience, like what's it gonna be like to be an online MS students, all about UMass, our college, and contact information. So we're gonna hit all of those things today. So like I said, we have our brandy new online masters in computer science. And this program was designed for everybody, for professionals driven to advance your career so that you can take classes at a time that works for you, humans who want to keep working, humans who are chipping away at a master's degree. We've got lots of options. This program is going to be 100% online, or you can start online, take 4 classes, and then finish on campus if that's what works for you, or if that's the experience that you're looking for. We are expecting that our students have a solid background in computer science and mathematics. And that would be like a Bachelor of Science, a Bachelor of Arts in computer science. It's preferred, but it's not required. On our website, we have a whole list of all of the classes that we expect students to have knowledge of and to have mastered. And you'll see the class listed with its UMass course name and number, but we know every school uses numbers and it's a whole separate system. And if you click on it, it'll give you all that course description. So some of the things that we're looking for is that students have a background in statistics, calculus, linear algebra, some programming skills in Java, Python, C++, have worked with algorithms, programming with various data structures and informal and formal computer languages, those sorts of things. This is a program where students are expected to be building upon that solid base that they got through undergrad or through their own knowledge. We are expecting a preferred GPA of a 3.0 or above, a TOEFL score of 100 or higher, and then those GRE scores. And again, this is all listed on our website too. Our academic program. This is the fun part. This is the meat of what we're going to talk about today. Our MS degree is going to be 100% online. All the courses are online. It is really wonderful. It's going to be 30 credits. That is approximately 10 courses. Courses on average are 3 credits each. In our degree requirements, A, we got to get to those 30 credits. B, we have 4 core areas that we expect students to take classes in and require students to take classes in. Theory core, systems core, AI core, and then another class from whatever you like. So if artificial intelligence is your jam, then take another AI class. If you are a systems human, go systems. Take that extra class from whatever gets you excited. Then 12 credits, so about 4 classes of 600 level courses. Our courses are numbered 500 and 600. So we're just asking that you take 600 level or higher courses. And students have to get a C or higher in all of those courses, and then a B or higher in core courses. That'll give you like an overall GPA of a 3.0 or higher, which is pretty great. What's even greater is there's no thesis, there's no comprehensive exams. When you do all of these things, you get your 30 credits, you do your core classes, you do the 600 level classes, you're done. There's no thesis, there's no comprehensive exams. We do this so that your master's degree is your master's degree. So Elizabeth's master's degree looks different than Aditya's master's degree and looks different than Joseph's master's degree, because they should. Elizabeth, Joseph, and Aditya have different professional goals and different goals in computer science. So make that degree work for you. we really want this degree to be what you want it to be. So it can get you where you want professionally, academically, and that's pretty great. One of the ways that we do this is that you can double dip some classes. What that means, so for example, we have CS 689. So computer science 689 is a class. It's our machine learning class. So if you take CS 689, it's one, an AI core, two, it's your 600 level class. So right there with one course, you've knocked out two of your requirements. Again, we do this so that we can have your MS fit you, so that your degree gets you where you want to be. If you're an artificial intelligence person, phenomenal. Let's make sure that you're taking a bunch of those courses. Additionally, we do have, which is wonderful, some pass fail options for classes. That's not going to be counted in your GPA, but it allows you to take a course and work through it and still get credit for it. It just has no impact on your GPA. And we do allow students to take a small number of those as a way to really push yourself and challenge yourself without harming that GPA, which is pretty great. We also allow students to take up to 9 credits. That's a ton, 9 credits outside of computer science. As long as they're grad level courses, we have a list of over 50 pre-approved grad level classes you can take beyond computer science. A lot of times students will take business courses. We have lots of students taking statistics courses because statistics and computer science are so interwoven, especially math as well. So we have a lot of students who will take those classes outside of computer science and they still count towards their master's degree. And if it's a 600 level class outside of computer science, it still can fulfill that 600 level requirement, which is awesome. And that way we can have you taking stuff that excites you, makes you a better computer scientist, and gets you the degree that you want, that will get you where you want to be. We also have optional concentrations in our master's degree. Remember in undergrad, you could have like a major and then you had a minor. This is very similar. A concentration is just like a minor. So we have 2 concentrations, security and data science. And again, these are like a minor. So you still get your master's degree. And then it says, but I also spent a lot of time taking security and data science classes. For our security concentration, we require that you take CS 660, Advanced Information Assurance, and then electives from the systems electives, our security electives, which are all systems courses. And that's all laid out on our website. But that's just a way of saying, this is something I specialized in. And the same with data science. You have specific data science options for each of those core areas we just talked about. So you'll have a specific data science options for AI, for theory, and for systems. You'll take those classes, and then you have over 40 data science electives all over computer science to help you get there. The one thing to note about this data science elective, we do require students to take a course from a statistics course. And that can be in statistics, biostatistics, and computer science. So just remember, you've got to have a statistics course. We do have one computer science statistics course and the other are in statistics and biostatistics. We can do that online. We can do it in person, whatever is going to work for you and what your plan is. Just don't forget about that class. And again, these are just ways to further personalize your master's degree. And they're totally optional. You can even think, oh yeah, I'm doing data science all day, every day. You get halfway through and you're like, I actually think I'm more interested in more of the systems sections and systems classes, and that data science concentration won't work for me anymore. Great, that's also fine. These are all of the courses that we are going to be offering online during our academic year for the next academic year, which starts in fall 2021 and goes through spring 22. You'll notice some of them are asynchronous. That means that you can take them at a time that works best for you. And some are synchronous, meaning they're in sync They're happening at the same time. So the participation, everything will be happening at a set time. We did try and pick times and are in the process of just determining those based on times that work for many of our working professionals. And that can all be found on our website. But for fall 2021, we have machine learning, 589. We have algorithms for data science, internet law and policy, introduction to computer and network security, and secure distributed systems. On our website is a whole description of each of these courses, but these are what we know we're offering. And what's really great for both fall and spring is we made sure to offer some classes that are going to really beef up your knowledge of computer science and solidify your base in computer science to catapult you further into other classes. Machine learning, 589, as well as algorithms for data science, 514, are so important. They're great classes to take to introduce yourself to machine learning, to get back into algorithms. They're really wonderful classes to start with, as well as some of these other ones. And we did do that intentionally. And in the spring, we do have lots of other options too. And you'll see in both fall and spring, we have classes that are part of that data science concentration and the security concentration. Admissions. So our application requirements are an online application with an $80 application fee, a personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, unofficial transcripts, and once you're admitted, we'll need official ones, a GRE score and a TOEFL score if applicable. I want to talk about that personal statement. A personal statement is kind of like an essay, and we want you to tell us, why a master's in computer science? Why is this something you want to do? But it's also a really great place to talk about your background. Some students have a background in computer science, an undergrad background. Other students are self-taught or learned in industry. Their job provided them on-the-job training, and they've learned a lot of this through that. So you may not have transcripts. That's okay. In your personal statement, tell us where you got that information. Tell us where you built your computer science background. For your letters of recommendation, they can be from professors from when you were an undergrad, but maybe undergrad was a long time ago. Then you can pick your supervisors or your coworkers who have worked with you on projects. These letters of recommendation should be from humans who can talk about you, your knowledge of computer science, and your ability to work and to study and to be a team player, especially if it's someone you've worked with on a project. So think about humans that can speak to you and your ability and capability to get that master's in computer science. All of the application requirements are laid out on the website, as well as some of the information regarding what our average computer science admitted students looks like that we talked about earlier. Our application deadlines and start dates. So since this program is brandy new, for fall 21, our application deadline is June 1st. So we've got some time between now and then. And the first day of classes is going to be September 7th. And for spring 2020, our application deadline will be December 1st. And the first day of classes will be right around Martin Luther King Day, so January 18th. The student experience. Our college, which we abbreviate to the College of Information and Computer Sciences, supports our master's students. We have a large number of master's students, and that's why we have an academic advisor, me, an academic advisor who is here to work with you all to figure out what classes work for you and what you want to do, and what classes work for your path in your life at that moment. I'm also here to help you learn about everything UMass and computer science has to offer. UMass is a huge school with lots of offices and resources, which is great, but sometimes there are so many you don't know where to start, and that's what my job is. I can help you with all of those things. We also have a wonderful, vibrant graduate student community. We have a Slack for our graduate students where they have done things like planned hikes in the area, socially distant, and pre-COVID non-socially distant, where students have coordinated rides or trips to things in the UMass area, or have met up in Boston during the summers and during weekends. It's also great for networking, quick questions. You can use a Slack for group projects, but also these are the students that you're going to be with and will become part of your professional network. We have the Center for Data Science is housed within the College of Information and Computer Science, and they're doing tremendous work in the field of data science. And all of their talks and presentations are available to you. And we have tons of research talks all the time. One of the very popular lunch talk series is the Machine Learning and Friends Lunch. This is a series of conversations around lunchtime that are presented from researchers in the field of machine learning, but researchers from everywhere. We have had presenters from across the world and across the US give presentations to our students all about their work in machine learning. And what's wonderful is you can submit people to give talks, and then a group of students, undergrad and grad, nominate and work on it and approach these people. So not only do you get to benefit from just learning from these other experienced humans, you can help pick those people and then, even have a deeper connection to our presenters, which is great. We have many graduate students who are very involved in that. We also have a security lecture series where professionals who work in computer security chat with our students. And these are recorded and shared widely so that you can listen to these and watch them while you're making dinner, which I have done many a time, or when you're doing laundry, when you're doing other things, which is really wonderful, or if you're able to participate live, which is great. And when we have new faculty coming, they give talks on their work as well, and students are able to attend those and give feedback as well as learn from these other great professionals in the field. You'll also be able to take advantage of the UMass libraries and the graduate school lecture series. CICS also has tons of groups for students. We have a wonderful organization called BUILT, which is an organization for all about fighting racial inequity in tech and fighting for racial equity in tech and in academia. We have CICS COST, which works to encourage and increase computer science outreach to youth and educators. We have a group of computer science women. We have the Association for Computing Machinery, which is the local chapter of the National Professional Association of ACM, which is pretty awesome. We have two fabulous hackathons, Hack Her 413, which is for female identifying and non-binary hackers. And then we have Hack UMass. These are run by students for students in the community. When we've been in person, these are huge events where students and makers and hackers and companies come and work together to find solutions. They're amazing, and it's really cool to see what students come up with. I also mentioned the grad student lecture series. The UMass Grad School does great work for our graduate students and with our graduate students. They have elevator pitch practice and contests. They have talks on imposter syndrome and just how to grad student. Like, how do you grad student and work and feed yourself and sleep sometimes? And how do you make sure that you are putting your best foot forward in classes and managing your time and making sure that you have time for fun things? They have a great leadership series that they've rolled out this year, but they have tons of opportunities to connect to grads beyond computer science and to be the best student and human you can be. Plus, you're going to have access to all of what UMass has to offer, from the huge collection in the UMass libraries to UMass events to the Center for Counseling and Psychological Health, which does group work and remote work, to the student groups for grad students who are interested in philanthropy, grad students of East Asian descent, all sorts of different things. We have grad student groups that span all of UMass. It's really amazing what we've got to offer. Plus, we have to talk about our phenomenal, like absolutely amazing CICS careers team. Within our college, the College of Computer Science, there is a careers office just for our students. They are phenomenal. They have just fabulous connections in industry to keep our students up to date on what the trends are, what industry is looking for, what a resume needs to look like, what are the new popular questions being asked in interview. In interviews, our careers team makes sure that they know what all of those trends are and share that information for you. They also are so helpful in helping you plan out what is your next career move or your next academic move. Are you discerning a PhD? Maybe. Are you thinking about switching from what you're doing now, maybe in software engineering, and switching into security or maybe more data science? What does that look like? What do those fields look like? These are all things that our careers team can help you with. They also have a phenomenal resource online for a resume, for interviews, all sorts of different things. And they also have a great Slack community where they'll post jobs, where they will have conversations or interview prep questions. They have a whole channel on the Slack just for interview prep, which is really helpful, and one-off like practice questions. It's really a great group of professionals here just for our computer science students. They also will help you negotiate an offer, or if you're, going to be getting this master's and then asking for a raise or anything, they can help you practice that conversation because it's awkward. Or if you have two great offers and you're trying to pick which one, they can help you with that, listen to ideas, or say, I know you like offer B, but what if offer A was able to offer something else? They can help you with all of those things. Here's some information from our Great Careers team all about what our 2020 graduates in the height of the pandemic, what our graduates are doing. Their median starting salary, over 90% of our students who graduated in May are employed or continuing their education, which during a pandemic is pretty fabulous. We have students who are getting PhDs at UPenn, at Harvard, at UT Dallas, Duke. We have students working for all sorts of different companies, some here in Massachusetts, Bose, some all over the place. And it's pretty awesome that our students were able to get these opportunities with their own merit, but also with the help of our careers team. And our careers team is here for our students, whether online or in person. You'll also be a part of UMass, which is great. UMass is one of the top 27 public universities. Whoop, whoop. One of the best college values. And, most importantly, when you do come visit me, best campus food. I'm not kidding. I can get a poke bowl in the student center. Yes, please. Next to bubble tea and cold brew iced coffee. It's a problem, but it's wonderful. The Pioneer Valley is great. That's where we're physically located, out in Western Massachusetts. Amherst is a beautiful college town, and we have a commitment as UMass to become devoted to diversity and inclusion and helping our students be the best that they can be. And this is our beautiful library. It's gorgeous. The views from the top are phenomenal. All of the resources, there's a whole floor just for grads. It is a wonderful resource for all of us. And our library has phenomenal online resources. And more specifically about our College of Information and Computer Sciences. We're one of the first computer science programs in the nation. Like, we were founded in 1965. We've been working with computers and computer science for that long. We became our own college within UMass in 2015, and we are number 11 for artificial intelligence as ranked by US News and World Report, higher than Harvard, Caltech, and Princeton, which is pretty fabulous. We have phenomenal faculty who are pioneers in artificial intelligence, facial recognition, computer vision, networking, information retrieval, and they are working in industry and in academia to propel those fields and continue to move them forward. Excuse me. We have a rigorous curriculum focusing on computational thinking and skills, and we've got that fabulous community that we've talked about before. And I have found that we have some of the friendliest faculty and staff I have ever worked with. We throw parties for our graduate students and to celebrate holidays. We've had faculty come. It really is a wonderful place to be a graduate student and to be a computer scientist. Our vision and driving goal for the College of Computer and Information Sciences is computing for the common good. We believe that we can use our research and our talents to contribute to society. Research to improve health, safety, fairness, security, and it's pretty impressive. We've had students working on wearable health technologies. We have had students helping with keeping our children and our youth secure and safe on the internet and all sorts of things. It really is a wonderful place to be a student and to be a staff member. And we really believe that computing serves us and protects us and embodies our values to robust, reliable, and humanistic technology. That's been a lot of things. And I know that I talk fast, and I see that we do have some questions. So I am thrilled to be able to answer some of our questions. Let's see, what do we have? Q&A, found it. Will we be able to use Baystate for the online masters? That is a great question. I don't know the answer, but we can find out whether you'll be able to use the Baystate Masters program. What the Baystate program is, it's a program for UMass students, UMass undergraduate students, and they are able to then get, when they are applying or accepted into the master's program, they do get a little bit of a discount. However, what's great, all UMass alums, regardless of what you study, do get a 10% discount on the online master's tuition. For international students on H-1B1 visas, will we be required to take the GRE even if we have a master's from a US university? If so, will a GRE score from August 2017 work? A GRE score from August 2017 would work because GRE scores are good for 5 years. So that would be fine. I would ask that you double check the admissions part of the online master's website and see if you would need to retake, if we require that GRE score. I'm pretty sure that we will, but what's great is the 2017 score is totally fine. Will applications for fall 2021 be evaluated on a rolling basis? I believe that yes, a semi-rolling basis. We just started this brand new master's. We just announced it to the universe. You are my first open house audience, so thank you. But I believe, yeah, that we will be rolling and looking at some of those. It may not be automatically, as we're still wrapping up some other processes and getting ready to start registering students for the next semester. So I believe semi-rolling, but I can triple check to be sure and get back to you. This question is a student who is wondering if they can take courses online while working and then come to campus to finish the rest of their degree. I'm gonna break it into two parts. One, can you take classes while working full time? If you believe that you can do that, absolutely. Yes, that's what this was designed for. You're able to take one class at a time, two at a time, whatever works for you and you as a human, and whatever that means. Does that mean you're working full time and taking care of little humans, like a family and one class? Love it. Then let's do that. But yes, there will be a path from the online masters onto the residential masters if that's something you're interested in. We will have students take 4 classes and pass them, and then we would be able, through I believe a quick application process, to have them come and be part of the full-time in-person program if that's what they're interested in. But this was designed for students to work and take classes. That may mean you're only taking 1 class at a time. Great. 1 class at a time is better than no classes at a time. It may take a little longer than being a full-time student, and that's okay. We want you to have this happen at your pace and what works for you, because we can't all just stop and be a full-time student. That unfortunately isn't everyone's reality, and we get that. And that's why this program has come into existence. We want students to be able to work and then get their master's degree at the same time. Will there be any scholarship opportunities for online master students? This is brand new, so I don't know. But there is if you were a UMass undergrad, then there is the 10% discount. On our website, it lays out all of the fees for the online and the tuition for the online master's degree. It is going to be paid for by the credit, as graduate school is paid for by the credit. So if you're only going to be taking 3 credits, the cost will be lower than if you were to be taking 6 or 9 credits. And all of that is laid out on the online admissions website. So right now, I'm not sure about scholarships for online only students, but I do know that there's a 10% discount for all UMass undergrads, and you pay for grad school by the credit. So taking 3 credits or 1 class will be a lower cost than taking 2 classes at a time. Will there be a GRE waiver the same way the normal master's program had a waiver this year? I believe that the residential master's program, where you would physically be here at UMass, had a waiver for the GRE for students who were UMass undergrads. I believe that was the only waiver that we had. I believe for the online master's degree, that may be a possibility, and we can check in with our admissions team and update our website accordingly, or you can shoot me an email and I'll definitely make sure. But right now, the online master's is you are not a UMass undergrad, we will be requiring a GRE. How COVID continues to impact things like the GRE tests and the TOEFL tests remains to be seen, and we do keep an eye on that and make sure our policies are in line with what's happening and if tests are being offered and if they're accessible. Do we have any other questions or concerns? Oh, Carrie, I want to give Carrie a big shout out, who's been helping this and putting all the links in to the chat for the websites that we have been referencing. Really, the online master's degree is a very exciting new endeavor for us. Our students will still have the same access to me as an academic advisor, as well as similar access to our professors who are teaching. They know that they're teaching this online section, and they're going to have office hours and things that work for those students, which is really pretty remarkable. Any other questions or concerns? Is there a GRE score cutoff variable? Is there any base score? So in my presentation from earlier, I can re-share some of the information from before. Give me 1 second. Let's get my slideshow back to where it was. And let's see. Our GRE score, we expect a math of 160 or higher, verbal 155 or higher, and then an analytical writing score of a 3.5 or higher. And we also look at your whole application, because you're a whole human person. You're not just test scores. You're not just your transcript. That's why in our application materials, we ask for a personal statement and letters of recommendation so that you can talk about your whole experience as a person. And so we don't look at it and go, their GRE score was only X, shred it. That won't be happening. We're going to look at your whole admissions packet as one whole entity and see. We accept students because we want them to be successful. We don't want to accept everybody into a program and then have them pull out all of their hair and get an ulcer and be unsuccessful. That's not helpful for anybody. So we'll look at you as a whole human, but the GRE score, so there isn't necessarily a cutoff, because we look, again, at your whole person. Not everybody's a good test taker. When I took the GRE, there was a human next to me taking the MCAT, which is the medical school entrance exam, and they were very stressed out and kept breaking pencils, and it was horribly distracting, and it's just a lot. We know a GRE testing environment isn't always going to produce the best results. So we look at you as a whole person, but we do expect math scores of about 160 or higher, verbal of 155 or higher, and an analytical writing of 3.5 or higher. And that is all on the admissions page. Does anyone have any other questions that you could submit through that Q&A? Working as a academic advisor for our master students, one thing that I think is the most beneficial to our master students is that ability to craft their masters as to what they are excited about, so that each student, we have so many classes for you to pick from, that students are able to take what gets them excited. We're not forcing you to take a certain number of classes and a certain, like, everybody has to take class A, B, C, and D, and then G and F. We allow you to pick and choose the classes that you want, so that your master's degree is going to, again, get you where you want to be and get you excited about the things that you're doing. So there is a lot of choice, as you saw from the classes that we'll be offering. And that's also why we ensure that students, we leave 9 credits where you're able to take them outside of computer science, so that you're able to pursue your interest in statistics and how that relates to computer science, as well as business. We have had students take classes in linguistics. We've had students take classes in all sorts of different areas, so that they can leave as a more well-rounded computer scientist and a student. So keep that in mind too, if you've always been interested in those fields or how those fields intersect with computer science. This is a pretty great opportunity for you. If we don't have any other questions, I would love to say thank you all for coming. Thank you for being part of our first open house and being so interested in our brand new online masters. We are so excited to be able to serve more students and to allow more students to continue their studies. I'm Elizabeth Poralski, the academic advisor for all master's students. You can find my information on our website if you've got questions. Our fabulous communications team made a beautiful website all about the online masters. Feel free to check that out. And other than that, have a wonderful day. I'm thrilled that you're interested in UMass, and I hope that we'll see you soon as some of our brand new online master students. Have a great day, everyone. Be well, be safe, and enjoy.